It was the kind of rain that made everything stop, the kind that soaked you in seconds and left the world echoing with silence, except for the sound of falling water. On that rainy evening in a small town in South Korea, 16-year-old Jae-ho stood at the edge of a crowded bus stop, his shoulders hunched, headphones in, and English phrases whispering into his ears. He didn't understand most of it, not yet. But he listened every day, hoping one day it would all make sense. Jae-ho wasn't like most kids at his school. While others had polished pronunciation and expensive tutors, he had his old phone and YouTube. Every evening after school, he'd walk to the internet cafe, not to play games, but to download new English listening videos before going home. His dream wasn't fame, money, or travel. Jae-ho wanted to be able to speak to his mom again. His mother had left for Canada when he was 9. Just for work, she had said, kissing his forehead. But weeks turned into months, and months into years. They called sometimes, but every year her Korean grew weaker, and Jae-ho's English was still barely more than, hello, and, I'm fine. He wanted to tell her about school, how he loved drawing, how he missed her. But when he opened his mouth, all he could say was, I miss you, before words failed him. It was one of those ordinary afternoons when he stumbled upon a channel, English Through Stories. The video was titled, How One Word Changed Everything. Curious, he pressed play. A man's warm voice began, telling the story of a lonely boy in a big city who found his voice through learning English. Jae-ho was hooked. He listened once, then again, with subtitles. Then again, without. The boy in the story sounded just like him, quiet, shy, full of dreams. That night, Jae-ho decided, I'll learn one new sentence every day. One sentence closer to mom. At school, no one knew what Jae-ho was doing. He still didn't speak much. But every break, every lunch, every walk home, he was listening. Repeating, whispering to himself. His English notebook filled up quickly. What do you think about this? I haven't seen you in a long time. Do you remember when we? One day, his English teacher, Ms. Kim, asked the class to write about their dreams. Jae-ho wrote simply, I want to talk to someone I love. When she read his paper, her eyes softened. Come see me after class, she said. She gave him her old English novels and offered to help him once a week after school. He was embarrassed at first, but he never missed a single lesson. Seasons changed. His vocabulary grew. His confidence, too. He started to understand lyrics in songs he loved. He could catch jokes in movies without reading the subtitles. But he still hadn't spoken to his mom in English. Not fully. Not yet. Then, on his 17th birthday, a package arrived. Inside was a small voice recorder and a note, for when you don't know how to say it yet. Just speak. I'll listen. Mom. That night, he sat on the floor, knees pulled to his chest, and held the recorder. He pressed the red button. Hi, Mom, he began, his voice shaking. I'm learning English now, because I want to tell you everything. He paused. Then, word by word, halting but clear, he spoke. About school. About drawing. About the stray cat he had been feeding behind the library. About how he sometimes cried when he heard her favorite song. I want to talk to you again, he said at the end. So I'll keep learning, every day, until I can say everything I've wanted to say. He mailed the recording the next day. Weeks passed. Then one Sunday morning, the phone rang. Jae-ho, a voice said on the line. It was her voice trembling, but unmistakably hers. Hi, Mom, he said in English. There was silence, then laughter, then tears. You sound so different, she said. You sound the same, he replied, smiling. They talked for 20 minutes. It wasn't perfect. He had to pause, restart, correct himself. But they talked, and that was everything. Jae-ho never stopped listening, or learning, not because he wanted to be perfect, but because every word brought him closer to someone he loved. And maybe that's the lesson here. Language isn't just grammar or vocabulary. It's a bridge, a voice in the rain, saying, you are not alone. If you're listening to this now, struggling with English, wondering if it will ever make sense, keep going. One sentence at a time. One story at a time. Like Jae-ho, you're not just learning a language. You're finding your voice. And someday, someone will be waiting to hear it. End of story. This story is ideal for a 15-minute English listening practice video, gentle pacing, rich emotional layers, and simple yet heartfelt language. If you'd like, I can also help break it into a video script with pauses for comprehension, vocabulary highlights, or even add comprehension questions.